Welcome everyone to Renewed's webinar on unlocking AI's power, how specialized information professionals are driving efficiency, innovation, and engagement. This is brought to you by Renewed, which is the open network for specialized subscription, membership, and event professionals. I'm Stephanie Williford. I'm the CEO at EB Medicine, and I'm also co-chair of Renewed, and I'm your host for today. Everybody will have access afterwards to the recording and the slides. So you will be able to get those on the Renewed forum, which you can join for free. We'll post a link in the chat so you can sign up for that if you're not already a free member. You'll also get an email once those recordings and slides are posted. If you enjoy today's webinar, then you will really be in for a treat if you attend the Renewed Summit. It's going to be June 9th in Arlington, Virginia. It is really a must-attend event for senior executives and B2B specialized media. If you want to increase your revenue and profit margins, you should be there. You can view more information about it on the Renewed website. We have early bird pricing through May 1st, and we have a special $100 discount for our webinar attendees. So Lindsay will share in the chat that special offer. Or if you become a premium member, you actually get to attend the summit for free. We're currently running a special on premium membership as well. So contact Lindsay Lee, our executive director, if you'd like more information on that. So for today's session, we wanted to do a very hands-on practical session focused on how you and your teams can use AI on a daily basis, really just to make your job easier. We all have those things that we do regularly that I've been surprised myself to find that AI can do oftentimes not only faster, but better than I can do myself. So we wanted to share what some of those use cases were. We have a few kind of general ideas of how to use AI, but also several really specific examples so that you can try to get some new creative ideas for how you can use it. Each of our panelists, we have a really fantastic group here today, is from a different area of the business. So we have operations, marketing, and then editorial and content covered. So depending on your role, some of the examples are going to be maybe outside of the scope of your day-to-day. But what I'd really encourage everyone to do is to think creatively about how that kind of example might work for them. So there's certainly something that takes a lot of time or is maybe not your favorite thing to do. And so I challenge you to think about, is there maybe a way that I could make this more efficient, more easy? If you have any questions throughout, feel free to put them in the chat, including any, can AI do this question? Again, I'm constantly surprised and impressed by what I hear others are using it for. So we are going to go through, each presenter has about 10 to 15 minutes of content, and then we'll open it up for Q&A after each one, and then a final Q&A session at the end. So I will do a quick intro for each of our panelists, and then I'm going to turn it over to them. Catherine Wong is a project administrator at MedLearn Media. She specializes in optimizing business operations and leveraging technology to drive strategic growth. She has a strong background in managing HR functions, benefits administration, and compliance, and she really excels at improving processes, enhancing productivity. She's particularly passionate about innovation and focusing on how AI can transform business operations. Next up, we'll have Saylor Green. He's the conversion optimization specialist at EB Medicine. He's responsible for optimizing the website with the goal of increasing conversions, improving revenue results on the website. Some of his recent projects have included improving conversion rates from visitors to the homepage, the subscribe page, and our pay-per-click landing pages. And he also works with the marketing team on technical aspects of email marketing efforts, setting up workflows and automations to improve engagement and conversions. And then last but not least, we have Greg Seitz. He's an investigations editor for FT Specialist US, where he started in 2011. He oversees and assists with in-depth investigations across all the company's publications. Before joining FT, he was a business writer for the Star Ledger and was covering securities fraud, Wall Street bankruptcy, and other topics. Early in his career, he also wrote about criminal justice and sometimes celebrity divorces. So we have three really great experts for you guys to hear today. With that, I will turn it over to Catherine for her presentation.
Okay, perfect. Just a second as I share my screen. Alrighty. Well, hi everyone. Thank you. As Stephanie said, my name is Catherine Wong, and I am a project administrator at Medlearn Media, Inc. I have been with Medlearn for about 4 years, and in as much time, I have utilized AI to assist with streamlining operations and just simplifying tasks. Three of the biggest areas that I have utilized AI for in the different hats that I've worn and currently wear are contract review, tech stack research, and also SOP creation. With contract review, this is one of the biggest areas that I utilize AI for. I'm not a lawyer and legalese is not my expertise. However, I do understand our contracts and know them well, and I understand what's in place to help protect us as well as our clients. When client red lines come in that I'm not too sure about, I'll de-identify the red lines first, and then I'll throw it into AI first to ask it to explain the red lines to me in layman's terms. And then ask it to assess any risks and propose alternative solutions to the client red lines. I'd like to caution here that we don't do away with our legal team. This just helps us cut down on time that legal needs to do research for, and in turn saves us time, money, and the back and forth that frequently occurs with contracts and going through legal. After going to AI, we communicate with legal what AI has identified in terms of risks as well as any potential solutions. And if the red lines are just too risky to accept, and we'll ask legal if they are agreeing to, or if they don't, if they recommend or do not recommend us going with the proposed AI solutions. If it turns out that AI, that legal says nope, we don't recommend going, accepting the red lines or the AI solutions. It should just be what it is in the contract. It can be a complex situation. I do turn to AI to help draft a clear and effective response. Essentially, the key benefits for AI contract review for me is that it saves me time and ensures a thorough risk assessment, since sometimes AI recognizes different risks that I couldn't even possibly think of. This also enhances collaboration with legal by preemptively addressing minor issues. Now, I don't have an example for contract review since a lot of the information is pretty sensitive. But if anyone has any questions, I am happy to answer them regarding contract review for using AI for contract review. Perfect. If there are no questions, I will continue.
Actually, sorry, I do have a question. Just a quick one here. It's Greg from Real Deals Media. What tool do you use for that? Just standard sort of ChatGPT, Gemini, or is it like an in-house tool that you use for that?
Currently, I utilize the two biggest tools I utilize are currently ChatGPT and Perplexity. If I'm doing something that requires a lot more research and actual links that I would then in turn follow to make sure that the links first contain accurate information, I do utilize Perplexity since it will provide the links for you within within the responses that it provides for you.
Cool. Thank you.
Any further questions? Okay, perfect. The next area that I utilize AI for a lot, and this is my AI is constantly up. Again, in terms of tech stack research, I utilize Perplexity for this the most because it does provide links. With CRM tech stack research, it has been one of the biggest areas I've utilized AI in. Medlearn's initiatives in these past few years has been to improve and lean into tech stacks for more efficiency. As we're such a small company, we really had to lean into mastering different tech stacks just for efficiency and streamlining operations. I have found so many different ways to master CRMs and learn about our ERPs using AI in the past year. I've had to utilize AI to learn how to create better reports and dashboards to align with our company goals in our newest CRM, which was HubSpot. We just officially launched HubSpot with our sales team this past February. And so I've utilized AI in this past year in preparation for our CRM to go up and running, on how to create very specific lists, create workflows, etc. While many different CRMs do have their own community boards with answers to these questions, it honestly just takes a lot of time to go through and to follow all the subsequent links that they do have in their community boards to get me to where I want it to be. So now I just ask AI. And in this case, I've asked Perplexity, again, because it does have all the links, where if I am just not sure, I'll click the link to follow it. And I'll just have AI compile all the information for me in one place, in terms of, how do I do this? And I'll show you guys examples of that, where, I'll ask AI, how do I do this? How do I get this report? And I really just talk to AI to make sure that I can get what I need from it. And also within the tier of subscriptions that we do have to our different CRMs. I've also utilized AI for software research. For example, on calls with our finance team while reviewing our reports, each one of us who are on the call will just have our favorite AI tool up on the screen. Again, mine tends to lean towards ChatGPT and Perplexity. And we'll just ask AI if we aren't sure if our ERP or CRM has the capabilities that we are looking for. I've utilized AI most recently also to help identify top DocuSign alternatives and have it help me evaluate risks, features, and use cases. I'll actually show you how I've utilized AI in terms of, searching for DocuSign alternatives and the different questions that I have asked AI regarding that. Key benefits for me for tech stack research is that it reduces time spent searching for solutions, and it also provides tailored insights for decision making. Examples of tools that I utilize for AI tech stack research, again, Perplexity. And I'll show you my initial prompt, which is, what are the best rated document signing software? And I will pull that up just now. So for example, here, you guys can see, I don't know, can you guys see my screen with the Perplexity here?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So you'll see here, my prompt was, what are the best rated document signing software? AI, responds back to me. It tells me what the top document signing softwares are. Granted, it did provide me all this information, but for me, it's just with you being so busy, at a glance, it's just kind of a lot to read. So I did go through, ask it more about things I wanted to know about, and then I did ask it to put this in a table for me and also see how it compares. So you can see I was curious about Acrobat Sign since it was provided up here. I asked about Acrobat Sign because we utilize Adobe Acrobat already. And then I asked about DocuSign because I understand that DocuSign is one of the biggest document signing software out there. I asked it to compare the two. And then I wanted to see how the other options compared to it. And I liked it in a table format because it's just easier for me to, at a glance, look at it, what the software is, strengths, weaknesses, pricing. And then for me, I always want to know more information. And with the different hats that I wear, one of the biggest areas that we have seen is spoofing of things like DocuSign. And we do always want to be very careful with our customers. And so I did ask, what is the security of each of these tech stacks? And AI, Perplexity in this case, has been able to just give me the different breakdown of vulnerabilities and also provide links to the information that it has provided. And again, this was just a lot of information. So it provided to me in a table again. And I just keep asking it questions. Honestly, I have actual conversations with AI where if it's not giving me exactly what I want, I'll ask more questions and it'll spit out more information for me until it gets me what I want. And this way it's easy for me to actually go through